Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. And then you're going to go in that direction there. Right, that will have just those two feeding off into here. But what I will also do to help that is I will put that one in. So I need to, I'll actually have to remove those two. There, I'll take that one out and I'll remove those two. And then I will do the same over here a little bit further away. I will remove 2, 2, and 2 like that. And we can take this one. These lag spikes keep working. I'll drop that one in. I'll drop that one in. I'll go there, there, and there as well. Right. I don't need to go any further than that. That will be enough, and that will then bring material out onto those belts, which will just help run this along over here. Because what I've got up here is I have got splitters moving out onto every single one of these belts. So it is all moving out through. And then the robots will come up. We've already had the chests put down. We've just got the rest of this material here to be brought up through and placed. Ooh. There's bits of iron ore running. Why is there bits of iron ore running along there? There shouldn't be. Because the robots should be coming up and get... Oh, it's just because it's a little bit slow. Because of the lag spikes, even the inserters can't keep up. Right, we've even got problems with the inserters. Let's go and drop it down here and have a look. How are we doing? And this is 100% what it is. This is the problem. And so long as that remains the only issue, it will be solved very soon. It's not going to take very much longer, and then all of those robo ports will have been put down, and power will be going to all of them, and everything will be absolutely wonderful once more. So, yes, I've got all of these other bits that are also being placed in. But most of these roboports have already been put down now. Right, we've got the bulk of them have already been put in. There are a few of them left, but most of them are done. So, most of the main lag issues have also been dealt with as well, which is absolutely marvellous. If that's almost done over here. 7 frames. It's literally, we were jumping between... Well, on my recording software, it puts a separate overlay for the frame rates, and it's hovering, jumping between 7 and 20. It's constantly jumping between 7 and 20. This is sticking at around 10, but it's jumping between 7 and 20. I'm hoping that as soon as the RoboPort situation has been dealt with, then it's no longer going to be an issue. Look at you. You came right over, you hovered over it, and you disappeared again. I don't think much of that. I'm a bit disappointed with that one right there. You look, he's charging up, and he's going to come back down. He was right over the top of it. Except oh, it's because he had to come down there. Right. Didn't like the other one. Didn't like what he was going to do with it, so he's gone up there. We can take a look in here. Yes! Oh, that is brilliant. Look. 298,000 in storage. Almost 299,000. We have got over 500,000 robots. I mean, yes, admittedly, they're not flying. But we've got them, right? That's the first stage. We've only got 140,000 in the air right now. We're about, actually, it's 150,000. We have had over 200,000 flying, so we know that we can at least support that number. We've only got to times that by 5, which is not a huge amount. I think I've got absolute faith in our ability to make the system crash while it's trying to do this. That seems to be what we're going to... Have you noticed that we're putting these out in a big long line, and the ones in the middle have not yet been summoned up? That's because the reach of the build on these, they weren't quite able to reach that far. Very soon, the rest of these will be put in. Look. We're getting most of the power put in, but power is now starting to join up for a lot of these, which means that they'll be able to start being used. But it also means temporarily we're going to have a massive spike on power usage on the RoboPorts, which is probably not going to be the most helpful of things, but well, if we get the whole thing done at once, then it'll all be out of the way. But look at this. Look, it's absolutely ridiculous, this lag spike thing. And you in here, there's more roboports are needed for this as well, isn't there? Right? That's not going to make life easy for us. At least this bit isn't anywhere near as bad as putting in the other ones, because we've only got like 3 or 4 of them going in at once. It seems to be the other one that really makes it struggle. That's the one I'm looking for, that robo radar right there. So I will grab that one, and I will shift-click that one in on. That radar there is not really going to move, but so long as I can get those in, that means I can start extending this bit out over here, and then I want to do the same on this side. No, I definitely don't want you. It's that one that I'm after. I want to take you, and I want to drop you down on that bit right there. The radar there is not going to go over the power pole, but that doesn't matter. If I can get these in, it means that it will extend out sideways a little bit further. That's going to extend out sideways. Oh, actually, I think we can go even further with this. Yes, we can. Oh, that is brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. We can put one down there, and that's going to cover most of the area then with the landfill, which means then we've got big strips that we can do all the way along, rather than having to do little sections at a time. That's going to make our life a lot easier. I will go and put down what I can of the next line, because that's also going to help us. So I'll drop that bit in there, and you over here, you don't need to be shift-clicked. You can just be clicked there, like that. And that one as well. That's all of those put in. See, those, I don't think they lag as much. I think it's these are the ones that cause the lag because of the pattern that they have. Because of this pattern where there's so many of them all at once. I think that is a big part of the problem. And we have got power lines coming in to a lot of these. It's just that we're waiting on some of these connections now. That's our big kind of thing that we're waiting on, is a lot of these connections here. And as soon as they've been joined in, and the same along the bottom. The power lines seem to be taking longer to get here than the rest of it, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because they were all launching at the same time. They were all being sent off at roughly the same kind of rate. Some of these in here are now joining up. We've had the power lines turning up for some of them. Right, I don't really care about them. That's fine. How are we doing up here? I've got a few of these. Ah, there we go. Perfect. That's absolutely wonderful. I've got a big, long line of these coming up. They're going to very quickly fill in all of that. It's not like I've got thousands of them to go in or anything. Well, there could be a couple thousand. There's not a great deal of them to go down all the way up through. I've got a few items that says that they're missing, but they'll very quick... Oh, there we go. See, it's already been dealt with. Here comes the rest of these bringing up. I'm just waiting on a couple of roboports. I was going to say roboports. I'm just waiting on a couple of robots to come up and just deal with those little bits there. They will quickly throw down the belt all the way around. That's... Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I'm quite impressed with just how quickly they've managed to come up and do that. This is all ready to roll. So now I'm just waiting on the material to turn up. Yes, I've now killed off 2 lines on here temporarily. I was going to say I've killed off 4 lines here, but no, I haven't. I've built 2 extra lines. That's why it's looking like that. And you are all charging up there, but you're charging pretty quickly. That Roboport has got full power on it. 70,000 logistics spots spare. So look in here. Should have gone past 300 now. 302. Ha ha! Well over 500,000 robots. I love it. That is absolutely a thing of beauty right there. We're waiting on 3 construction robots to come and remove those there so that those bits can be put in. And then these other bits, there's one of them. He's coming up to there. Oh! No, he's not. They're coming up and they're picking up the bits of ore that are on the line. I haven't even got all of the ones that are coming up to, like, do all the rest of it yet. They can... The sooner they get up here, the better, and they start dealing with that, because that means then we can get these lines moving. I mean, most of this is now dealt with. I got a few robots... No, there's nothing queuing anywhere. Those have already been processed. They've already gone through. I've got a few down here. We're going to get the whole lag spike It's going to run through a whole load of lag spikes just for a minute, I suspect, because, let's zoom out a little bit, we're starting to fill in the lines all the way down through. All right, as soon as those lines have been dealt with, then the lag spikes should calm down again. And then we'll have a nice big long line down through here that robots can use. I should have most of the power now in place. I've got a lot of this power now in place, which means that we should have the power on here. That power's coming to there, and then it's coming to here. So I'm charging those up. There's just 2 power lines right here. That's what I'm waiting on. It's just a couple of these. It's like, you look at it and you think, well, why can't you prioritize that? If you were to prioritize that over the concrete, then yeah, that would be great. But they don't. They have their own peculiar ways. And whatever their peculiar ways might be, that's what we got to run with. But I tell you what, looking down through here, most of the power is now getting to be operational. There's only a few bits where the power isn't actually working, and that's making a big difference to the robots. I mean, this is where the big test is in this bit coming across, where we're sort of heading across no man's land. It goes up to there, and they're very quickly now drifting up to that lot. I mean, yes, there are still dead points along here, but that's going to prove quite beneficial for us. Then I think the next thing that we're going to want to do is actually take this line here and extend that out a bit. Not excessively. And maybe bring a bit down here as well. So sort of give us a bit more of a cross on the corner. And we'll be able to make use of it. This along here, I'm not changing that. That is going to just stay as it is. So they will have to travel up there and connect in with that bit. And they can do that all the way along. Now I suppose I could join that up to there. Because my big concern at the moment is that this doesn't actually have very many connection points. Connects over to there. That's a very valid point. Where's it connect? Oh, it's connecting over to here. It is coming back this side. And I've got like 1, 2 power lines. I'm going to connect that in. I'm going to add in a few of these just because it seems a little bit risky. I definitely feel like I'm running a bit of a risk by not connecting very many of these in. So I'm just going to go like that. I think I'll do every other one like this. We can always delete them later if I want to add in a bit more. But right now, I do feel that a little bit of redundant power lines along here is going to be a good idea. Let's put that one there like that. And another one over here. There. That's much better. I feel better already. I definitely feel better already with that. And you... I'm actually going to put one of those in. There. We'll just do one of those right there. And that will feed all the way across and take care of that little bit. Okay, now let's go and check on this up here. The only bit that hasn't now been put in is that one. That is holding up the entire belt system. And, well, we've got a couple of these over here. There's one of them. They're on their way. Somewhere. Ah, that's the main one that I want. There are a couple of others, but that is right there. That one is the one that I want to see come up and be put down. I've got 3 more other bits of belt to be put down that I would really like to see put down, but that is the main one. That is going to get us all of these belts running. Drop that one in there. That there, look at that. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So that's going to get most of this running. We've got 3 other belts going to come into there. So keeping that going, that's also then moving this just a tiny little bit faster. That one's feeding into the side, but it's also feeding into these others. So by coming out this way and dropping into there with some of these extra belts that are coming up, I'm hoping I'll be able to keep 14 belts here fully operational. There's 2 more to come. 2 more to come. There's one there. Where's the other one? Is it like way down here somewhere? I've missed that one somewhere. I don't know where it is. There's one there. I may not have missed him. He just may not be turning up. But that one's gone in there. So we've instantly got more ore going here into this top part, which means that that's going to, again, assist all of this moving away just a little bit quicker. But just get that one there. I can zoom out to here, and then I can look like that, but I don't see any sign of a robot traveling north. There's got to be a robot here somewhere. This is not good. This is really not good. Little lost robot, where you at? He's all the way down here. He's got miles to go. He's got to go all the way up there. That's no good. I don't want that. Right, well, let's go and have a look up there. That one is on its way, and that's going to go on round there. And then I've got the other bit. That's up to there. But if you look back here, it thickens up a bit there where we get one line. And then once that's put in, it should thicken it out again. So I've got all 14 lines running completely backed up and full, which would be absolutely great. But that's now going to start coming in, and it's going to help the situation with robots. 307. 307. We've now got 510,000 robots. We've only got 490,000 to go, and then we can start feeding them out of what we've got and getting them up and flying. I'm not getting them up and flying yet because of the whole massive lag spikes that is going to cause, which I'm fairly certain is. There's our robot. There he is. He's on his way. He's going to do it. I've got complete faith in his ability to get here eventually. It's just how quick that's going to be. That's the time-consuming bit. And we're still getting those odd little lag spikes coming in, but we're back up to 20 frames a second, which is good. That's definitely helped the situation a bit, hasn't it? I feel better already with 20. 20 is a lot better than 10. You need to just go a little bit further. Go on. Yeah, you can see these, like, it's just catching every time. Every time one is put down, you get that little bit of a catch while the game sort of updates all the new routes. And plonk that one in there. That's now running flat out. And then the rest of this is going to run flat out as well. Right, that is now going to be fully compressed. Perfect. That looks about as compressed as we're going to get. I'm liking this. There is some slight little gaps in it down this side. Like it's not 100% compressed. But it should be 100% compressed. Just from all of this up here. The way that it comes in. Dunno. Be short to make of that. I'm sure there are... well, there are much more efficient ways of doing it. Okay, so all of this lot is now running in. So we are about to, very soon, get robots coming up here to come and grab all of this lot. Now, at the moment, there's no robots coming to get that stone. Does this mean that stone is no longer a major issue? Curious. It does. Look. 96,000 stone. That is not forcing... I've got to have these chests. I've got to have active provider chests for this, or it's not going to work. So we're going to go to the upgrade planner right there. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need to worry about that one now. And I'm going to change those to those like that. That's what we're taking. And we're going to go like that. And I'm going to go over it like that. There. And then they will eventually bring the right chests up. So the stone in here is not being picked up. I want that to be picked up. I want that to be force-fed into the system somewhere. So this here is being force-fed into the system. But if you look, there is actually stone being carried down this way, which means... I've got no lights in here. I can't see a thing around here. How am I supposed to see this? I can't see anything. There we've got spent fuel cells. We've got a whole load of empty barrels in here. In here, we've got all sorts of stuff. Empty fuel cells. We've got spare armor in there. We've got a few railways kicking around. I've got spare, what he calls express belts. There's a load of timber in here. I got lots of stuff. What's that? I don't even know what that is. It's not those, is it? Seriously, what is that? Is that something... Oh, it's that. There, energy shields. That's energy shield. Right. Well, never mind that. That doesn't matter. And yeah, like the lag spikes have stopped. We're up to 23 odd frames a second. There's a couple of RoboPorts still to go in here in places, but the power is now up and running on these. Most of them, anyway. And there's hardly any RoboPorts to go and put down now. So there's kind of dealt with most of that now. There's kind of mostly been dealt with. They've got a few little bits over here. And the robots themselves have got a beautiful highway to travel across. And this is a wonderful thing. It means that we've got spare stuff coming in. What we still don't have, though, is this. 2 billion iron over here that we want to bring back over to this side so that they can start transporting it from there. And that will speed things along quite quickly. I've got landfill being placed in there. I'm going to put down another landfill request. Now that I've got all of that being put in, I'm going to go over to here. And I'm going to go from there. I'm going to take it from this point right here. And I'm going to fill landfill all the way across. I'm going to go right the way over to land over on this side. And I'm going to go back through. I'm going to do the same again. So it's not quite going to be filled to start with. Not until I've got all of the rest of the RoboPorts in place. Once this bit has been done, then I'll put down more RoboPorts in here, which will just fill in that little section in the middle, and then that will also allow that section in there to be filled in as well, and then we can keep heading south. We want a couple more sections on here. One section is now about to be built. One more section down here, and I should then be able to build another complete unit of this, because I need 4, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's actually I don't even need to worry about the top half, so I could probably leave that right where it is. But what do we got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 14 here, so I can move it away. I can put it from there over to here somewhere, and I'll be absolutely fine with that. Just find the center point in here and drop it in, and we should be all right. We should be alright to just copy-paste the entire thing straight down into that, which I'm quite pleased about. That's now changed over, so I've got a steady stream of robots coming up here to gather all of the material, including the stone that we've dropped down. So there's a little bit more iron that is now coming out of this, and this is running flat out. You can see it's not quite fully compressed on this side, but that's pretty close. I'm fairly happy with that. Right, it's moving. This is moving a little bit faster up here now. It's actually moving quite fast on that. It's emptied part of it out. It's emptied the whole thing out. I said those two lines would probably be enough to have all of this running continuously. That's going to come all the way down to here. Is it going to be... It won't be enough to have that stone running continuously, I don't think. But at least all of the iron will, and then the stone is being added in. And that's another big... Right, I'm pleased with that. I'm making some progress here. We are slowly but surely making some decent progress. Now, that's... Actually, that's coming back up again. That is coming back up again. Right. Iron. So look. Iron plate, we still got no iron plate because we got no iron ore. So we definitely need to be focusing on getting iron ore. Before I do this though, I want that one built, which means that I need to have that whole thing there constructed once more. But what I will do, in order to make this work properly, is I've got that bit in. I'll plan out where it's going to go exactly on here. Then I will remove all of the stuff that is in it, right? We'll go through and we'll remove every single RoboPort, everything on that big section. Then I will simply copy and paste that entire thing, and I'll bring it over and I will drop it down. Before I do that, though, what I am going to do, because those have now got to be built on land... It's got to be taken up by one section. So I think what I can do is I can put landfill there. I can go back by one. We'll take a pump. This is a test that we'll be able to do. So the pump can go there. And these pumps that we've got, they're out by one. They're only off by one section. So I think what we can do is that landfill can go out to there, and then it will work. All right, it's only to there. So the landfill's only got to come down 1 block further than what it is right now, and then that will work. And we'll be able to make the whole thing fit. That'll be all right. That way I won't need to redesign anything. I've just got to add in a little bit of extra landfill once I've gone and put in all of the roboports on the bottom edge of the last bit. And everything should fit. I'm going to take that one very quickly so that we can just connect this piece in. You need to drop onto there like that. Why have... Oh, it's because there's a thingy in the way over there. And that one, I want to do the same again. I want that one there. And you're going to go there like that. Drop that one in. So that's now going to be connected. Once those 4 are put in, that will all be joined up, which means that all of the landfill along the bottom here will be taken. We can put in another line of roboports. And then we do 1 more line of landfill and roboports, and that will be enough space to put the whole thing down. We may have to do a little bit of redesigning on some of it. I don't think we will, because I think that is going to line up with this sort of gap in here. So it's not going to interfere with the pumps in any way, which is a big blessing. That means that there's very little that we're going to have to do to change it to get it to fit the next area, and all roboports have now been put down along there. So the next bit that I wanted to do, that I said that I was going to seriously consider, was changing some of this, right? They come up here, and then they get to here, and this is where they're slowing down for the next, the next travel. So if I was to go this way, and I was to put you... How far out do you go? If I brought you there... Right, I don't need to remove those. Don't need to remove them. If I was to just bring it out along the bottom here, I could put a couple sections along there. Probably we'll do 4 sections along there, I would say, and then we can do 2 or 3 there, and then 2 on the line, and then 1, and sort of step them down so that it will encourage the robots to keep heading north, but not so much that they start to slow down like this. Right, there has been a few slight changes. There's no point in me saying that I'm still continuing my recording. We've got all of our robots running down here and doing their bit. That's pretty much as normal, but the map does look a little bit different. These are now looking different. We've got the production statistics. When you open the panel, it's still the same. Blueprint library is looking a little bit different, I think. Bonuses in here. This is what we've got at the moment with our various different bonuses and extra bits. It's stack inserter capacity 12, standard capacity 3, train braking force plus 70, movement speed plus 370%, cargo capacity 3. That's all stuff that we've got normally. So there is some slight differences on there. And then the UI is now looking a whole lot different than it was. So we've got in here, that's the military one that we can have. So there's our standard one. This is the one that we're used to. But it now looks altogether different. Oops, I didn't actually mean to request that it makes one. I was just seeing if we could actually move things around on here. It doesn't look like you can move things. So I can't... No, it still works the same. Like, if you click and so on. It's just that it's laid out slightly differently now. That one and that one in there. Then you've got the character bit in here. So we've got... Red Glean Brew. We've also got red, green, and blue on here, so we can change these. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1 million minions are not going to be built in a single episode. We've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.